Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Flenjor pod featuring myself, YM Zico, and it's just me in the studio today. Unfortunately, Kronic couldn't be here. I'll tell you all about that later anyway. There's a whole long story, but yeah, here we are, bringing you episode 4 a week late. I know, I'm sorry. But once again, like I said, I'll explain that whole story in a minute. We would like to give you your episodes weekly. Unfortunately, life happens in it, and we're just getting started, so we're still working out the kinks of things. But yeah, let's get on with it. First of all, let me explain why it's just me today. So me and Kronic last week we actually, before I speak about that, the last episode that I put on YouTube, episode 3, I realized that I was looking down a lot. But you gotta understand one thing, yeah. First of all, I'm trying my best, even right now, yeah, not to look directly into the camera because it's weird, innit? It's awkward. So, and apart from that, last week I was looking down at the laptop a lot because, oh shit, I'm controlling the imaging from my laptop, from my Mac. Do you know what I mean? So all the recording and everything, I'm monitoring it from here. So when I'm looking down a lot, it's because I'm looking at are things right in the shot, anything look bad, anything look off, blah 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 blah. Anyway, so that's why most of the time it looks like my eyes are looking down. Plus my eyes are kind of naturally low anyway. But anyway, let's get on with it. Why is it just me today? Well, okay, so let me start from the beginning. Last week, me and Kronic recorded. We went to record an episode. We started the first episode, but my laptop screen went to sleep. Basically, went to sleep. So I stopped the recording to see if it was still recording. Basically, to see if it still had footage, if the footage was still going, or if the camera was still rolling. I stopped it. We had all our footage there. Decided to start it again, and I will get to the reason why it all fucked up. But anyway, started it again. We were talking for another hour, 10, hour, 15 minutes, whatever. Altogether, we've done about an hour 30, hour 40 of filming. Tell me why. When I press stop, there is nothing there. I press stop, and the counter, the video counter, has just gone to 0000. I'm thinking. First, I'm so confused. I'm thinking, has it gone corrupt? What happened? Because it's done that, that play sign where you can press play, but it's got the play sign with the line in it, like no play, basically. Yeah, that was happening. So I was thinking, what? After having good convo, I was thinking, this episode was good. All right. Anyway, the topic of the convo was, you find out next episode as well when he's back here to film. But it was fire for that, and the way you lot have taken it out of hand. But yeah, so that happened, and then I said, all right, cool, let's record another episode. Let's try it again. Done a test recorded for like 15, 20 seconds. Everything's there. Great. Let's go. Oh, God. What's happened when we recorded again? The same thing. Everything's gone to 0000. So there's me thinking, raw. At that point, I was fresh. We're drunk. We're drinking. Red leg. You know what I mean? We're drinking, and at that point, I'm just like, you know what? Done. Like, listen, Kronic, let's go to bed. We'll do this in the morning. Like, let's go sleep. Wake up refreshed. Record again. So you've done exactly that. In the morning, I've done some more tests. I've tested blah blah blah. But this time I said, you know what? I'm gonna record with Logic Pro in the background. So even if I don't get the visuals, I'm gonna get the audio. That's what I've said to myself. Against someone's advice, but I did it and it made sense. Once again, the same thing happened. The recording didn't record. The video didn't record. Even though the camera was rolling and the numbers were going up. Sorry guys. I'm recording right now early in the morning, but fuck it. So what's happened now? Yeah. The footage hasn't recorded, but I've got the audio. I'm thinking, yeah, good, all well and dandy. Let me take this do-rag off because what the hell? Why am I even wearing that do-rag? But yeah, I said, all right, cool, all well and dandy. I've got the audio. Looked at the audio, it's there. I decided to start editing. I started editing the next day. Please tell me why. Uh, Please tell me why. What the hell? That's not disconnected. Alright, good, we're good. We back. Don't worry, my hard drive is alright. I thought I was done out here. So we've yeah. I've started editing the next day, editing the Spotify, the Logic Pro, so the pure audio. Only for me to be listening, going about my day, just listening. And then about 5 to 10 minutes in, footage cut out. Oh, sorry, not footage. The recording cut out. I was like, "Raw, what's going on?" Looked at the screen now. There's no more recordings. Yeah, after about, I'll say about 8 minutes. So it turns out later on down the line, I realized that my storage is actually full. So it was recording and whatever, but it wasn't saving anything because there was nowhere to save it. So I had to clear out a lot of stuff from my storage. I had 100 gig worth of documents. I didn't understand where that came from. But then I realized on the app that I used to record, like the visuals, everything that I'd kept there, even for promo material, everything was saved in the library. So that held 100 gig worth of stuff. So I deleted everything there because I've got everything on the hard drive anyway, and everything's out there. So deleted all that, freed myself up 100 gig. But that only happened after I recorded again. Oh God, I've been through it, guys. So last night I recorded an episode. I recorded basically the same episode again. Well, obviously without this extra explanation. I freed up 20 gig. This is before I freed up the 100 gig. I freed up 20 gig. I said, alright, cool, that should be enough to record, whatever, blah blah. And I'll figure out where all the storage is gone later. Why have I freed up 20 gig? But because of some test recordings that I did, it had taken up storage space. Cool. So I'm recording now. Same thing's happened. I'm looking at the thing 000. I said, don't piss me off. Looked at the storage. It was back at 250 gig. So I've got a 256 gig MacBook. But when I think about it now, yeah, why did I even buy 256 gig? I should have bought like a terabyte or something. Obviously, it was because of the price, but you know, yeah. Yeah, so that happened, and then I went to sleep. I said, "Yeah, fuck this. Let me go to sleep early, and then I'll wake up bright and refreshed, and I'll record the episode again." Now that I've freed up 100 gig, and I've got 106 gig spare, maybe 102 by now because I'm recording. Do you understand? Anyway, Sha, guys, I realized one thing, yeah, that I say a lot. So I want you lot to do something, yeah. If you've got a drink with you, if you're with people watching this, whatever you may be doing, as long as you got a drink, every time you hear me say just take a sip. Whether it's alcoholic drink, whether it's non-alcoholic drink, hey, whether it's alcoholic drink or non-alcoholic drink, whether it's mocktail, whether it's cocktail, I don't give a fuck. There's no fire for that. Whether it's mocktail, whether it's a cocktail you got in your hand, sip. Every time I say because yeah, shit. Now I'm joking with that one. But yeah, that's what happened. That's why I didn't get an episode last week. Unfortunately, apologies, technical difficulties. Like I said, we're still learning the ropes. I'm not that tech savvy. I'm just literally just teaching myself all of this shit. But yeah, that's what happened to our last recording. And like I said before, watching back the previous episode 3, I realized that I was looking down a lot. It looked like my eyes were closed a lot of the time. My eyes aren't closed. My eyes are naturally low. Plus, I was looking down at my screen where I'm monitoring the footage right now. And same time, the camera was a bit higher actually. So I've adjusted the camera angle so that it's more leveled in my head. Does that make sense? Yeah. Anyway, let's get on with it. I've got a story to tell, guys. Hey, listen, okay, I've got a few stories to tell today, yeah. The stories that I've picked up from my past, I'm thinking, yeah, any story I tell on here, yeah, are stories, obviously, I'm telling you, so it's stories that I haven't forgotten, but they're stories that I can never forget. And this one, yeah, I'll say is my funniest encounter with police anywhere in the world. Actually, okay, yeah, it's definitely my funniest encounter with police anywhere in the world. My second funniest encounter with police was in Croatia. But you know what? I'm actually gonna tell that story as well. But first of all, fuck it. Let's tell the story about when me and my friends took my friend's mum's car out and my dad's car out, and his mum's car broke down while she was abroad. So let me set the setting. Let me set the scene. Nigeria 2010, I believe. 2010 or 2011. One of the two. We had inter-house sports in our school. So if you know about school in Nigeria, inter-house sports is basically a sports day, but it's taken very seriously. So you have the red house, green house, blue house, and yellow house. When you join the school, more time, like either JS1, so year 7, or whenever you join the school, if you join in year 8, year 9, year 10, whatever, they will assign you to a house. Like within the first couple weeks, normally, they'll assign you to a house. So the house that you're in is basically that's who you're going to be competing for. We compete in all sorts of sports. So 100 meters, 200 meters, 400 meters, relay. What's the relay? What's the other one? Hurdles, high jump, long jump, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, my school was built on my school was on a temporary site because they were building their permanent site. So this temporary site we had didn't have a sports field. So we used to use a sports field in the University of Ibadan, which was basically not far, it was up the road. Like it was like 5-10 minute drive, I would say, down the road. But yeah, that's where we were doing our practice. So, and that's where we done the whole sports, the whole inter-house sports was at the University of Ibadan as well. So if you know UI, you know it's a very big uni, like a very big uni. It's even got it's a uni, it's got a secondary school and it's got a primary school inside it. That's how big the uni is, do you know what I mean? Anyway, me and my friends have decided we're gonna take cars. You know, because we can't drive to school. So, and my dad, because my dad didn't live in Nigeria, my dad was back and forth. He left his car in Nigeria and basically it was at my disposal. And this is before my mum knew that I could drive properly. So before I got in any trouble with any cars or whatever, yeah, I'll take it out and have it back before my mum came back. Anyway, this day, my friend's parents had gone to London. So I think they've gone for a couple of weeks or something, a week or two. But basically what they've done, I believe they had 3 cars. They took 2 of the cars to his aunt's house and kept them in the compound there. And the last car, they left in the compound. Now, why did she do this? It became obvious later. The car had a clutch problem. The clutch was going. It was nearly gone. The clutch had nearly gone. So we went to go and drive the car. Took it. No, was it me that went to go and pick it up? No, I think one of my other friends went to go and pick it up. I think it was Papi. I can't remember. Anyway, they're taking the car, and the clutch is nearly gone. When I say gone, yeah, if you know how, if you're car savvy, you know that when the clutch is gone, it revs like high revs, and it barely moves anywhere. So anyway, they found a way to get the biting point and finesse it and just drag it along. I should have known, yeah, things were gonna go wrong that day from when I saw. Actually, no, that I wouldn't say that things were gonna go wrong. Could have been a sign that things were gonna be alright. But one of our principals, basically, we had 6 heads of the school. There were 6 founders of the school, and they used to take it in turns. So every 2 years, they'll be the principal for 2 years. They'll change the principal, so one of them will be their turn, and 2 years later will be another one's turn or whatever. This woman, yeah, fucking bitch, yeah. And let me tell you how she's a bitch, because she's not just a bitch because she was horrible to us, yeah. But do you know what she done to the founders that I found out later after I graduated from the school and whatever? It came to her turn to be the principal, and she embezzled all the money that they had in their bank account, ran off to America to go and do a degree, stole all their money, left them in a rut. So, as you can see, it's not because of how she treated us that she's a bitch. She was just an actual bitch. This woman, I saw her car coming towards us. No, coming towards me. It was just me in the car at this point. I've never gone so low in my car. Listen, my head was basically under the steering wheel. I was like, just twist up like this. I couldn't even see the road no more. But I used my head to calculate that, okay, I'm going this fast, the car in front of me is this distance. I just need to press my brake a little bit and accelerate, blah, blah. And then she's gone past her, she hasn't seen me. But I've looked right at her. I'm thinking, wait, because you see that, yeah, I wouldn't face the consequences that day. It will be the next day in school. I might chop assembly flogging. They might flog me on assembly. But anyway, imagine for things that happen outside school, you know. And definitely happened before, but it happened, I think, later on. Was it later on that happened that we got flogged, or was it before? Anyway, long story short, linked up with the man then. We've gone to our inter-house sports practice. We parked. I can't remember where we parked, but we parked somewhere where the teachers were not going to see us. You know? So now, because of the secondary school that's in there, the secondary school is called International School of Ibadan. No, International School Ibadan, or was it International School of Ibadan? Anyway, it was a very popular. It was a very popular school. You know, if you know, you know. Like, it was the spot. Like, all the chicks, all the popular guys. Like, it was a cool. Like, it was a school full of cool dudes. You know what I mean? Everyone was a cool dude. Yeah, rock on. My older sister went to the school, so I kind of knew like a couple people from the school. But we went to go look for chicks. Basically, yeah. We're driving around the uni just looking for chicks, and just flenjoring. All-round general flenjor, as in just enjoying life, you know what I mean? 15, 16-year-olds driving these cars around. My dad's car was a 3 Series BMW, and my friend's mom's car was a Nissan Primera. But it was a Primera S or something like Sport. Like, it was, yeah, it had some extra punch to it. You know what I mean? Anyway, we're driving down this university road, and it comes to like a hill point. Obviously, the clutch is on this last leg. You know what I mean? They're pushing up this hill, and all of a sudden, all we've heard is like a... And the car's just revving out. The clutch ain't holding. If you know how the clutch is, yeah? The clutch has got grooved heads. So once those grooves have basically flattened, it's got nothing to hold on to. So it's like, imagine having... Yeah, something like that, but then it flattens, so it's just... rubbing on each other. That's essentially what happened. When I tell you, yeah, we're just thinking, fuck, we knew exactly what it was. We're on campus. The mechanic garage is off campus. It's the one at 2 minutes off campus. We have, I don't know how we did it. I can't remember if we got a mechanic to come or we've done it ourselves, but we should have tied his mum's car to my dad's car and towed it out. But on our way to the exit, obviously there's a gate for the university's entrance. Has a gate, and the gatemen have told us to park up. They're questioning us. Where did you get the car from? This and that. Because at the end of the day, they've seen a bunch of 15, 16-year-olds. Yeah, when I think about it, we thought we were old, like we were mature and whatever. But we looked young, innit? We looked young. When I look back on my photos from back then, yeah, damn, I look like a little baby boy. Anyway, they realise that we haven't stolen it, whatever, let us go. So we've towed the car now we've towed it to the garage. Why is it that when we've got there now, oh God, and I kid you not, yeah. Alright, so this police officer was sitting under it was like a makeshift, like a shack. So it had a tin roof over it and it had benches under it. A tin roof over it and benches under, so he was sitting there. You know, obviously Nigerian police with their AK-47 and their big belly. The guy looked at us and I know he just thought, chop. I'm going to chop today. Hey, you guys, all of you underage drivers, bring the car to the garage. And you're towing it as well, with rope. Lovely. So he just stood up here, adjusted his trousers, carried his gun. He said, and I swear to God, this is how he said it. Do you know this is an illegal towing of my vehicle? All of us looked at each other like, okay, what? He said, do you know this is an illegal towing of a vehicle? Said this cannot only cause damage to property, but also to lives. Well, look at that, okay. He said something about so I should seize this car or I should arrest you or whatever, whatever. I can't remember what he said. One of my friends here said, Oga, I know you now. Oga, you stopped me before now. Oga, come on. I actually know something in my face now. You don't know my face. The guys looked at my friend, yeah? Looked at him up and down. And he said, yeah, do I knows you? Do I knows you? Do you knows me? Have I stopped you before? You a lie. You a lie. Yeah, make one and bring something for me. I said, even with the pigeon, you're trying to put stupid phone there. He said, make one and bring something for me. He said, nothing for me? Cool daddy, cool daddy. I said, oh God, no. Now I think you must have realized, yeah, if you call daddy, you might not get anything. Because at the end of the day, yeah, you can arrest all of us, yeah, and say underage driving or whatever, whatever. You're going to take us to the station and you're not going to get anything. Nothing's going to enter your pocket. Just stress. And you're not going to be able to be on the roadside where you can collect your little 20, 50 nairas. Do you know what I mean? So it's too much hassle to call daddy and they have to take us to the station. It's not worth it. It's literally not worth it for him. He said, actually, don't call daddy. Don't call daddy. Make him bring something for me. Now, let me just say it again. We're 15, 16 years old. We don't have money like that. We're not jugging. We're not doing anything. Yeah. We live off our parents. Yeah. And what our parents give us. Now, we've already spent what our parents have given us on petrol. Yeah. We put about 500 naira petrol in each car. 500 naira them times was about £2. Yeah. But 500 naira petrol back then. So we'll probably get like a tenner's petrol. So 500 was like a put the tenner in the tank. We put a tenner in both tanks already. We don't have much money left, and we've eaten that day. We've done. Do you know what I mean? We've done a lot. We've somehow, some way, gathered up. I think 1,500 naira between ourselves. So 1,500 naira them times once again is like about £6. Yeah, but you can't directly. What's the word? Exchange it like that, because what 1,500 naira would get you would be the same thing that I'd say about £20 could get you. So that's how I work it out. Like 1,500 naira could get you like £20 worth of stuff in terms of if you go to the market, you go and buy stuff and whatever. Anyway, sorry guys, let me blow my nose real quick. Anyway, yeah, we're giving them money. Is like, hey, now you are talking. It's sorry, so okay, what I'm doing for there? Sorry, guys. Oh God. So yeah. He said, okay, what I'm doing for there? That he said, she's sorry, yeah. Hey, now you're talking. And then he went off back to his shack and went to go and sit down and left us alone. So now we have to do with the mechanic. The mechanic has said, yeah, your clutch is completely gone. We're thinking, yeah, we know that. But like, what? Can you fix it? Now? Like, when you take this car home tonight, he said, yeah. These times we've come around like 4:35. He said, yeah, this car's not going home tonight. But I can do it. I can do it by tomorrow. Gone back tomorrow. He said, we should come back the next day. Come back the next day, it was ready. We paid him 4,500 naira. Which is about, let's just say £1 is about 250 naira. Them times. So 4,500 naira. Do the maths yourself, you're not stupid. Anyway, we paid him, but even when I think about it now, it was extra, very, very cheap, because if you know how hard it is to change a clutch here, you basically have to take the gearbox out, detach the gearbox from the engine, and then get the clutch in between. It is long. But I think he just looked at us like, these lot are kids, man. These lot ain't got shit. Charged us the bare minimum. Next day, this clutch didn't feel the same. I pressed it like, okay, imagine the clutch went this high. Yeah, before, like, the clutch pedal used to go this high. Now the clutch pedal was halfway through or halfway down. So the clutch was very short. I was like, wow. But fuck it, we move. At least the car's repaired. Got to go and park the car back up in his compound, and Bob's your uncle. But then his mum came back a few days later. His mum and dad came back a few days later, and she didn't say anything about it. But I know in my heart, she knows that this car is not how I left it. Anyway, like a month later or a few weeks later or whatever, we got the opportunity to take the car out again. I went to go pick it up this time because I think he lived around the corner from me. He didn't live far from me. So Was I living near him these times? I think I was. But anyway, I've gone to his house to go pick up the car because he couldn't drive. But yeah, but I could. So picked up the car and I've pressed the clutch. The clutch has been repaired. The clutch is not the way we've left it. It's not the way we repaired it. So the clutch is back to its high point. I'm like, yeah, your mum definitely knew, but she probably thought when I think about it in hindsight, yeah, she probably thought they went through all this effort to repair it. Yeah, they've already, God knows what they've already gone through. Yeah, let me just allow these kids. I know, say that's what was going through her mind. Let me allow these kids. Well, obviously she didn't know who was behind it, like in terms of all his friends and all that. But obviously, like him and his brother were old enough to drive. Like he was 15, 16. His little brother was like what, 14 or something. So I know it sounds young, but the first time I ever drove in Nigeria, I was 13 years old. So do you understand? Nigeria is the land where anything can happen. Anything can happen. Nigeria is the Hennessy of countries. Anything can happen when Hennessy is involved. Same as Nigeria. Anything can happen in Nigeria. What a great country. Lovely country. I mean, even though things are kind of fucked there, like some of the things that are fucked about Nigeria are the things that we enjoy most about it. Like you can drive down the road with no license, no number plate, and you can just, pay your way and just, I mean, obviously, when it comes to big things like murder and stuff, boy, you get me? It's kind of techie. But when it comes to minor crimes, like you're driving with no license, fuck you, you're using your phone there's always a way around it. And if you think about it realistically, yeah, it doesn't waste the government's time and money because, do you know how much money is wasted on traffic offences? Like, come on, man. Like, let everybody live, man. Stop putting a stick up our ass, man. But, yeah, that is how that story ended. And then, yeah, we put the car back and everything was cushy. But, yeah, like I said, a month later, I took the car out and saw that, yeah, this clutch had been tampered with again. But we thank God. The great things that we enjoy about Nigeria, because that clutch change, you see how much it would have been in the UK. Oh my days, labour alone would have been about 100 plus pound. Do you know what I mean? We're talking about parts and this and whatever. We basically fixed the car for £18. Yeah, man. But whoa, that was my funniest police experience. But yeah, like I said, Nigeria, the things that are fucked up about it are the things that we enjoy the most. You know what I mean? Being able to get ourselves out of minor sticky situations with a little bit of, pocket change. It also reminds me, of the time actually, I got to my first car chase ever, which was in Nigeria. So the year is I'm 16 these times. I'm definitely 16. My mum's car, something happened to it. It was in the garage. So one of her friends gave her a car that they had spare. But here's the catch. The car was a right-hand drive car shipped over from England, and it had no license plates, no number plates. This day that the incident happened there was a government strike. So all the government workers, all the civil servants and everything were on strike. And the area me and my mum were going towards was going past the secretariat. So the secretariat is basically the government area. So where the government house is, the governor's house is, where I think is it House of Assembly of that state or whatever. Anyway, all the government shit is there. Like passport office is there. Everything is there. The secretariat, yeah. So that's where obviously most of the strikes are. So that's where most of the traffic is. I'm driving. My mom's in the passenger seat. I'm driving this right-hand drive car, and this car, oh my god, 3.5 litre V6 engine, Honda Legend. Beauty of a car. Like that car purred. Like it was right on that Legend. Hey, listen, yeah. When I finally build my house in Nigeria and have a compound or whatever, I want a fleet of vintage cars. The Honda Legend is one of the cars I'm definitely gonna have in my fleet. I want a 96 7 Series, like 2 packs. I want a 99 5 Series. Well, any shape between the shape that's between 98 and 2002, I believe they stopped making them. I want that BMW. I want a BMW 325 CL. Yeah, convertible. Ooh, convertible or coupe. I don't mind. I want one of them. And I want an old school 3 Series as well. I'm talking about 95, 94, 95. Do you know what I mean? I need those cars in my life. As you can tell, I'm a bit of a BMW fan. But yeah, I was driving the Honda Legend, and then there's this in Nigeria. There's Federal Road Safety Commission. Yeah, so they deal with all traffic offences. So they're not a branch. They're not a branch of the police or wing of the police, but they basically do that duty of the police. So they deal with all traffic incidents and all that kind of stuff. They've set up a roadblock this day, yeah, and I remember just seeing the roadblock thinking, oh fuck. But I'm with my mum, so if I get whatever, if anything happens, like I'm with my mum. Like my mum can tell me to, yo, shoot that man, and I'm not thinking of the consequences. My mum told me to do it, so fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Back then, at least, that's how I used to think. Like my mum is the be all and end all. I can't get in any more trouble than with my mum. That's how I used to think. Everyone else, null and void. Police, military, anything, null and void. Teachers, all that. As long as my mum supports me, I'm there. So now, yeah, they're waving down our car, telling us to park. Mum said, don't stop for them. Mama, actually, the left hand drive, right hand drive. Look at her. Mama, for real? This the gangster shit you want, mama? Mama, this the gangster shit you want, mama? Thug life, you don't need to say no more, mama. I didn't even say, huh? I said, okay. Boom! Foot down. As in the engine is so powerful, yeah. The car's so powerful. The engine, like the bonnet is basically going up when I've put my foot down. Vroom, and I've and I've got like 5 or 6 cars in front. When I've got there now, yeah, 6 cars in front. I've rejoined the queue, like the traffic, like alright, cool. One Okada man. So Okadas are commercial motorbike, so motorbike taxis basically in Nigeria. One Okada man has come up to me, yeah. I remember I'm driving the right hand drive, and we're driving in the right lane because it's Nigeria. So he's come up to me on the side of like on the pavement side basically. He's like, okay, then they come more, they go. I've looked back here. I don't even think I waited for my mum to say anything. Put my foot down again, engine lifted again. Whoop. Cut in. All I can see in my rear view, yeah. When he said they're coming, I've looked at my rear view. I swear to God, it was like a movie. I've just seen dust coming from the distance. Bare dust. And then I seen a guy hanging off the back of the pickup truck. So they got these Toyota Hilux pickup trucks, yeah. And he's hanging off the back like he's ready to do something. I said, no, not me, not today. Whoop. Faced incoming traffic. Cutting. Gone round the roundabout the wrong way. But when I've come off the roundabout now, I'm trying to go to an estate. I'm blocked off by the traffic. Oh, so I'm waiting for so now I'm waiting for there to be a bit of space. I'm horning them, everything like, let me go past. Road safety to come behind me. Woo, 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 woo. Jumped off the back. The guys come and punch the bonnet. Booker. I said, why are you punching the bonnet for? I'm bare confused at this point. But windows are up. The sunroof is open. That was the only thing. But all the windows are up, so they can't even grab me. Anyway, got past that part. And I'm driving again into this estate. Left, right, left. Until my mum just told me, just stop. Stop. Like, jiggle up. And I've kind of clocked as well that the jiggles up because, not gonna lie, I knew the estate I went into, but I didn't know where the other exit is. The other exit that I knew was going to be locked off. Like the gate was locked, was constantly locked. So now, my mum told me to park. I'm just like, alright, cool. They pulled up like 10 seconds later because I've breezed them out. I've dusted them out. I've put my foot down. They've come behind us here like 10 seconds later, yeah. Try to block us off and jumped out the car. Stop the car. I was thinking, man, we're already parked up. Like, what do you mean? Mum said, don't ask them. Don't open the door until the police come. So, okay. So now, and the police station was around the corner. It wasn't too far. Even though by the housing, it was around housing roundabout. So now, yeah, the police have come here. Say, what's up? No, before the police will come, the road safety guy said, you this small boy was driving this car like this. You this small boy. I know that's what pissed him off. The fact that I was so small, because remember, before I came back to England, yeah, I was, when I came back, I weighed 60 kilos. 60 kilos. So around there, I was probably like 55 to 60 kilos. You this small boy. You this small boy was driving this car like that. I'm going to arrest you. Something. The police have come here. What's the matter? Blah, blah. They've explained. All right, let's go to the station. And this is how unruly Nigeria is, yeah? Let's go to the station. Did they put me in the back of a police car or tell me to get out of the car or whatever? No. The policeman jumped in the back seat of my car and my mom's sitting in the passenger or whatever. I said, yeah, drive to the station. I said, oh, all right. So here I am again, driving to the station. The road safety are there, the police are there. They're following us. Got to the station, parked up, gone inside the building. My mom's told me, yo, don't worry. But they've held me and they told me to go behind the counter. So I've gone behind the counter now, yeah. I'm just waiting for judgment. Mom's going back and forth with them. And then she's made a phone call. But while she's making that phone call, somebody's giving me one of the police officers gave me a piece of paper to write my name on. I kid you not, yeah. He gave me a scrap piece of paper because when I flipped it, the other side was like, I can't remember, it was like an invoice or something, or maybe a poster, or I can't remember. It was something that was just like, you gave me a receipt. And then I don't remember writing my name. I wrote my first name, but that's all I wrote. I thought, first of all, this is not going to go nowhere. Like, what are you even telling me to write? My name and address. Do I even know my address myself? No, actually, did I? No, these times I didn't know my address because we just moved to a new house. But anyway, that's happened. A few minutes later, my mom's friends arrived and speaking to the police officers, and I think they've given them a little something, and they've let me go. Basically, they've just said, "I'll come out, let me go." At the end of it, they were all laughing and smiling. I was thinking, you fat greedy shits. They fed your pockets, and now you're good. Anyway, my mom drove the car out of the compound, so she was like, "Don't let us take the piss, yeah." And you can't. No. To be fair, I can't remember if it was me or my mum that drove out of the compound. For some reason, I think it was my mum. I feel like she said, "Oh, let me just drive out of the compound so that they don't cause any more wahala, so that it doesn't look like we're taking a piss or whatever." But for some reason, I have a recollection of my mum saying at the same time, "Just drive, Joe. There's nothing they can do anymore." But anyway, the next day, my mum seen the same road safety people, yeah, and she's driving the same car. And they stopped and they said, Elijah, how are you? Oh, how's your son? That small driver, that driver. I was like, it's fine, he's at home. So greet him for me, greet him for us, Can you imagine? So from there, went to punch out the body. Yeah, I don't know what maybe he thought was Thor or something, or I don't know who's got Hulk. From there to say, greet him for us. Nigeria, great people, great nation, man. Hey, if I come back to this world again as anybody, God, please let me be Nigerian, because we are elite people. Elite gun. But yeah, that's the story of my first car chase, man. It was fun. I'm not gonna lie, that one was fun, and the reason why it was fun is because I knew that there was minimal consequences because I had the backing of my mum. So from when I have the backing of my mum, I know that any trouble, even if, God forbid, I went to prison for driving in Nigeria, I'll be alright because my mom told me to do it. So it's like I had permission from the big dog. That's how I used to see it. Yeah, man. Man. Hey, Nigeria. Hey, I love Nigeria, man. Everything about it. Suya. Listen, all the suya that you have here, yeah, no matter how good, yeah, you may think your suya is, or how good you may think the suya you're getting is, it will never compare to the suya in Nigeria. Suya in Nigeria is a different kettle of fish. Suya in Nigeria has a thing on it called yaji. Yeah, yaji is a spice mix, yeah, of herbs, spices, obviously, herbs and spices, and kuli kuli. So you know kuli kuli is a snack made from peanuts. They grind it up and they mix with the spices and they coat the beef with it. That is real suya, not just putting meat on the grill and putting some seasoning in it. Obviously, you try. They try for the best they can in it, but authentic suya, part of the things we love about Nigeria. Abula. If you don't like amala, I'm telling you, if you eat pounded jam and you like pounded jam, but you don't like amala, if you go to Nigeria, you will love it more than pounded jam. In Nigeria, I loved amala more than pounded jam. If we were at a wedding and they said, "Do you want abula or do you want pounded jam?" Give me abula. There was one place here called In Our Strait. No, not In Our Strait. Sorry, In Our Strait is Ryoki. There's one place called Amala Skybank. Now the reason why it's called Amala Skybank is because this Amala joint is right in front of a sky bank. It is, anyone that knows Ibadan, yeah, knows that that's the best Amala in Ibadan. Probably I'm not gonna lie, it's a strong contender probably for best Amala in Nigeria. Because I've had Amala in Ilori, I've had it in Oyo. Oyo is the home of Amala, if you know about that. And I've had it in Ibadan. That one, Amala Skybank, hands down, best Amala in Ibadan. In Oyo State, probably, yeah, is mad. But speaking of Amala, I made some stew yesterday. Some red stew, Nigerian stew with shaki and beef. It's the first time I made stew in a long time, but it came out muy delicioso. I had to, boil the shaki for like an hour and a half to get it soft because damn, this shit was tough. And then I also made some peppered snail. The peppered snail, that one I done it on a whim. Like I done it on fuck it, let me make some peppered snail. So basically, I went into the African food shop and I went to go and buy. I went to go buy beef actually. No. I went to go and buy Scotch bonnets because I didn't have no Scotch bonnets. I bought the beef already. Scotch bonnets and what else did I go and buy? Onions, maybe? No. Scotch bonnet and something, sure. But I was looking through the fish section, yeah. In the fish section, I was thinking, let me buy a whole fish as well, but I don't have freezer space, so I said I'll come back and buy it. But I saw snails. I was like, maybe I should make some snails. You know what I mean? I bought a pack. I think it cost like £14 or £13 for a pack of 3. Fucking expensive. Yeah. Because when I saw my bill at the end, I saw 20 something pounds. Oh, and I bought oil as well. So I bought vegetable oil, peppers, what's it again? Scotch bonnets and snails. And I think I bought a drink as well. Everything came up to £21. Imagine £21 for a bottle of vegetable oil, some why do I keep forgetting the name of this? From Scotch bonnets and the 3 snails. I should have bought 6 to be honest because it was worth it. Yeah, so I just thought, let me just buy it, man. Fuck it, why not? So after I made the stew, obviously I defrosted the snails, cleaned it extra. They cleaned it quite well, but I had to clean it extra. Do you know what I mean? With lemon and vinegar, all that slime. You have to basically get all the slime off. And this one came slime free, but there's still a little bit of slime. They're never gonna do it like the way you're gonna do it. Seasoned it, seasoned it, boiled it for about 20-25 minutes, and then put in the grill, as with all my meat, and then put in I finally chopped some peppers, onions, Scotch bonnet, and did I do tomatoes? I think I put a bit of tomato in it, like 1 tomato or something. But basically, I was meant to put it in the blender from the beginning and just post it, but I tried to just cut it thinly with the chef knife. Should have just post it. But when I posted it a bit too much, and then it wasn't as coarse as I wanted it to be, so it was a bit fine. But it was still alright. Fried that, some seasoning, whatever. Let that cook up. Then added the snails to it. Cut all the snails in half, so it was 6 pieces. And then Bob's your uncle. It was bon appetit. Mwah. It was delicioso, man. Muy delicioso. Anyway, that's what I made of there. And then when I finished making that, it took me about 3 hours to cook everything. I made some eba. I had some F4 that I brought from London, and I just had eba F4 in the F4 there was some fish and lamb neck. So I had the lamb neck fish, eba F4 stew, beef, shaki, and pepper snail. It was wonderful. I think afterwards I went to sleep. If I didn't go to sleep, I was sluggish as hell. Thank God, yeah. But that's what I made yesterday. Been a long time since I've been out of my cooking bag for a long time, and I need to get back into it because if you follow me on Snapchat or whatever, if you follow me from, I'll say from November, December-ish, January, you see, I was cooking a lot. I was doing a lot of cooking on my Snap. But yeah, don't worry. Getting back into it, slowly but surely. Yeah, man. Sorry, guys, man. Sorry. It's actually early in the morning. I'm just recording so I can have something to edit on the train on my way down to London, and then this will be out tomorrow. I wanted to tell a story actually. Yeah, how I got this scar on my hand, on my wrist. So no, it's not no Kung Fu fighting shit. It's not no GI Joe or Jedi kind of shit. Nothing like that happened. I fell off my skateboard, basically. Yeah, one of the biggest scars on my body from me falling off my skateboard. So let me tell you how it happened. Oh, I thought I had knocking on the door. Anyway, this was while I was at uni. So I took my skateboard to lectures, and normally on my way back, there was a hill next to my accommodation, and I would always either put one foot down and just slow myself down the hill, or I would turn off to I'll turn off. There was a left turning that went to some shops. I went to a shop and a chicken place, chicken shop, chicken and chip shop on campus though. Or went to the dining hall of my hall and another hall. Anyway, this day I've decided to be a free bird. For what reason? I don't know. I decided to say, no, I'm going down this hill. Full speed, I don't care. Halfway down the hill, yeah, I didn't realize that full speed is actually full speed. Like this shit is fast. Like I'm doing at least 20 miles an hour down the road. One of my housemates, he's walking back as well, back to our com, and I've seen him. He's on the phone, and I've just waved at him. He's waved at me, but the wave that I've given him is like, "It's been a long day, yeah. It's been a long day without you, my friend. And I know we something, we'll see to the end," or whatever he said, yeah. It was one of them was like, "Farewell, my good friend," because I thought I could have died. So I'm looking at the end of this road, yeah. There's a sharp bend at the end. So I'm thinking anything can happen. One, I collapse straight forward, broke up myself with the concrete. Or a car comes around the corner, collapses me, brocks me up same way. So I've taken the safe option, or the safest option. I've jumped off before I got to the bottom of the hill. My skateboard's gone flying into a bush. I've tried to run it off, but stumbled on the third step. And then I've just collapsed myself. Bow, dropped on the floor. In between the curb and the road. So I've dropped on the corner of the curb, basically. But when I've dropped, every time I drop here, I always remember to roll. Even when I fell off my ped. I'll tell that story after anyway. But because when I used to play Sunday League, when I used to play football in Sunday League, the coach always used to say, when you drop, roll. Because you minimize damage, minimize impact. You scrape yourself, all of that stuff. So I've dropped and I've rolled. But where I've dropped initially, boom! My hoodie has torn. My belt has scuffed up on a mad one. And my jeans or trousers, whatever trousers I was wearing that day, tore as well. And I landed on my wrist like that because I was trying to get into the rolling position. But obviously I've fallen on the curb, on the corner of the curb. So that's just bust open. And I rolled, and I'm going to go get my skateboard and try to dust myself off and got inside. But when I've done that, I've looked at my wrist and I'm like, oh shit, you're bleeding. And like, it's small now. I don't know if you're watching on YouTube, if you can see on the camera, it's a small scar now, but it was big. It's actually reduced. I'm actually quite surprised over how much it's reduced. It was a big scar. So that is the story of how I got that scar. Not that. So when I told someone that, yeah, I was like, oh, what happened? I said, I fell off my skateboard. No, I said I got into a fight. She said, oh, you're right. No, I'm joking. I fell off my skateboard. She said, the fight was a better story. I said, well, unfortunately, it's not the truth. But yeah, I remember like during throughout this podcast series, I'm going to be show you different scars around my body and telling you what happened. Because I haven't got many scars to be honest. Most of my scars, I've got that one there. A lot of scars on my fists. Scar on my right hand there as well. That looks like a birthmark. Scar on my back and scar on my waist where I got my appendix taken out. So as we go on in the series, I'll be telling you more about each scar as I've got, as I start to do more story times and all of that stuff. But anyway, speaking of falling and rolling, because I said I was going to say, let me tell you about the story of how I dropped off my ped. This is the first bike accident that I've ever had. Like, I've never, touch wood, since then I have not fallen off a bike again, and prior to that I had not written myself off a bike. So we thank God, and we thank God that it wasn't worse. But anyway, summer 2020, I got my first big bike. Well, I say big bike, it was just bigger than the 125. So all the motorbikes I've ever had in my life have always been 125 cc's. But this one was a 250cc X Max, because the year before I got my full bike license. I did it for my 24th birthday. So I got my full bike license, got the X Max now, summertime, feeling great. But this day, it was raining and I didn't have any protective gear on. I only had my helmet on. The reason I didn't have my gloves is because I thought I forgot in the AP that me and my friends were at the day before. But it turns out I put it in my car, but I got so drunk I didn't even realize that I had put my backpack in my car. Anyway, so I'm just here riding in the rain, because rain started when I started riding. Riding. I'm soaked. I'm wearing the tracksuit and the helmet, basically. Riding. And then what's happened? Riding through Brixton. Overtaking like 4 cars. Like 2 cars in a van and 2 vans or something like that. I've overtaken them. Thinking cool. Yeah. Anyway, got to turn right. As I turn right, my body's turned right, the back's turned right. No, the back's rotated right, but it's carried on going forward. So now I'm on the floor and I'm looking at my bike rolling in front of me, and I'm thinking, don't skid. You're going to hurt yourself. Like, if I drop off, I'm going to, like, if I don't roll, I'm going to hurt myself. I always think, whenever I drop off anything, I've even dropped off a bike in Croatia. No, them time when I dropped off the bike in Croatia, actually, I scratched up my knee. But anyway, I'll talk about Croatia as well in a second. But the bike's carry on going forward. I've started rolling, but where I've initially hit the ground, my wrist is always my wrist, because I always try and drop like that and roll. So I've dropped to my wrist first, and then I rolled. Bike's gone in front. I've stood up thinking, because I didn't have insurance, I'm thinking, nothing can come and take me away from here but myself. Jumped up, and I've picked the bike up, and I've tried to start it straight away. The bike's not starting, just rolling. One of the guys that I overtook here stopped his van, and he said, "Hey mate, you alright?" Like, yeah, but not only you alright, like, what are you doing? Like, you alright? Like, are you genuinely alright? I was like, yeah. She's like, oh mate, I don't think you should get on the bike straight away, you know. Maybe you might want to take a quick breather, whatever. I was like, yeah, no, I hear you. But I've only said that because the bike's not starting. She's like, you sure? Do you need anything? Whatever. I was like, no, I'm good, man, I'm fine. He's like, nothing, fam. I just need to get out of here. Anyway, bike started like 20 seconds later, and I was on my way to Clapham. But after Clapham, I need to go to a shop in Clapham. After Clapham, what was I buying? No, I think I was going to a tailor's or something. And I was going to do something in Clapham. But after Clapham, I need to go to North London. So now, I've gone Clapham, and then, so, what's wrong with you? Literally, I've just fallen off my bike. Like, look, I'm like, oh, you're right, yeah. No, I'm good. Got back on the bike, gone to North London. But we're going to North London now, the weather's getting better. The sun's come out, and it's drying me up. So, imagine, grey trackie, everything's wet, it's dark grey. But I've got patches of wet on me now, because the sun's drying me up. On my way back down, I'm feeling, my wrist kind of hurts, but you know what? I'll firm it till we get back. I'm looking at my wrist is progressively getting worse and worse and worse. By the time I got back to London, by the time I got back to South, wrist done out here. I had to park up my bike. I parked up and I was like, yeah, I can't do this. Parked up my bike, got my car. The man will call me. Yeah, we're at AP, blah blah blah. We're a couple girls, blah blah, chilling. I was like, yeah, bet I'll be there. But let me go to the pharmacy first. I got to the pharmacy. I said, yo, can you give me the strongest painkillers you can give me over the counter, please? The strongest. I've said I've fallen off my bike. My wrist is in tatters. Yeah, I think my wrist was even swollen as well. But anyway, I got up. They gave me cocodamol. Said, there's the strongest cocodamol we can give you over the counter. I said, thank you. Took 2 of those bad boys. And the pain was relieved in 15 minutes. Like, it was still hurting a tiny bit, obviously, but it was 80% better. 80% of the pain was gone. Like, raw. So what did I go and do? Did not think straight. That's what I went to go and do. And I went to go and do what? Drink alcohol on top of the cocodamol. I'm feeling Flenjor full. Everyone's Flenjoring. I'm sitting on the sofa like this, yeah. Close my eyes. Open my eyes. It's morning. I said, what? Bearing in mind, I got to the AP around like, what? 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, like 10 o'clock. 9, 10 o'clock. Close my eyes, open my eyes this morning. There's no one around me. I'm like, what the fuck has happened? I'm seeing empty drink bottles, empty yak bottles, empty cups, half empty cups, all sorts of shit. I'm thinking, right, where the fuck is everyone? Let me go look for everyone. Gone to the first room. Locked. So, okay. Gone to the second room. It was like a basement room. I see 2 girls on the bed just sleeping. I was like, cool, alright. Gone to the third room, yeah. On the bed on the left, I see one girl with her tits out. Just passed out. I said, what the fuck? Look to the right. I seen another girl. Tits out, ass out. Huh? Next to the girl, I see my brethren in the bed with her. T-shirt on, trousers on. So as I've walked, as I've scanned the room, yeah, he's woken up. Like, as I've looked right, he's woken up. Like his eyes just opened up. Like, I was like, brother. I said, yo, what the fuck happened? He's like, brother, you don't even know. I was like, I don't know. I just woke up. I want to know. Anyway, I was like, hey fam, come and link me in the front room, innit? Because I don't want these girls to wake up. Come to the front room now, yeah? He's like, bro, last night was brazy. I said, what happened? So fam, these are all doing truth or dare. And they were like, daring each other to suck dick in front of each other. Someone was sucking dick in front of everyone. And another girl came and said, nah, you don't know how to do it properly. Let me show you how it's done. Started ucking man off. I said, I said, what? Why did no one feel to wake me up? They said, we tried, man, but you were out. You were out like a light. I said, you clearly didn't try hard enough. I was like, wait, so all of this was going around me? He said, yeah, some people were sucking dick in the garden, some people were doing that. I was like, bro, so somebody could have put yash on my head and I wouldn't have known. I said, that's a level of vulnerability I don't ever plan to reach again. But I mean, I have, under the influence of alcohol, but we'll talk about that later. But I was like, raw. Do you know what it means? That all of this was going around me and I was just there sleeping like. Music was blaring, everything. But I was like, this can never happen again. Next day, because they still had an apartment for like a couple of days. So next day we linked them again, whatever. But the next night wasn't as wild as whatever. It wasn't even wild. It was just chilling. Like everyone, I think they got their wildness out of them the day before, innit? But everyone was just chilling. Yeah, it was. I mean, summer 2020 was a Flenjor full summer. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it was a decent night. But yeah, as I said, yeah, falling off bikes and that. Let me tell you about Croatia. Oh my! I'm giving you loads of stories today. Loads of stories. Because no one for me to go back and forth with. So I'm just giving you story time. So it's 2018. Me and how many of us? 5 of us. Yeah, 5 of us have gone to Croatia. Yeah. Fresh Island. You remember 2018 Fresh Island? Yeah. What a year. What a festival. That was a brilliant, brazy festival. Yeah. Anyway, we were 4 pens up. We had 4 pens. We didn't have 5 pens because the 5th person to get a pen, yeah. The day we went to go get the pens, we hadn't even left the place to get the pens. He crashed his pen. He said, yeah, it's not for him. So he was taking cab everywhere. We were doing ped life. And yeah, we all had bandanas. Like I had a bandana to match every outfit that I had for the holiday. I had like 5 bandanas. My brother had bandanas as well. So we're doing up bandana and matching bandanas and matching. No, not matching bandanas. So we're doing up bandanas and matching helmets. Anyway, Sha, one day, yeah, we're coming back from the beach, from Zercha Beach or what, Zerka Beach, or I don't know how you pronounce it. Zukri Beach. That beach that everyone, where the festival was on. Or where the festival was at. Come back into Novalgia, where our AP was. I don't know what's happened. We're random formations on some Sons of Anarchy shit. Yeah, sunglasses, bandanas, helmet. I look in my rear view, yeah. I don't know what made me look in my rear view, but I've looked in my rear view, yeah, and I've seen my brethren fall down. Brother, it looked like, you see in P. Diddy's Every Step I Take, Every Move I Make. Hey, see how we fell down on the bike in the beginning? I swear that that's how my brethren fell. I see it on the mirror. I say, I look back. I just see this guy just collapse his bike. I'm thinking, how? We were all driving straight. But not, yeah. I'm going to get him on the pod soon, yeah. And he's going to come and explain himself and explain how it happened. Because he said himself, he doesn't know how it happened. Anyway, long story short, yeah. He's crashed, but he's hit a car. And then one of my next brothers has banned up the guy that he's hit his car. Like, yo, fam, fuck off, like, whatever. Gone back to the apartment. No less than 5 minutes of us being in the apartment, or 10 minutes. Police are at the door. Police, blah, 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 blah. That was quick. Said, yeah, somebody crashed the bike into someone's car and there's damages to their car, blah, blah, blah. We're just there thinking, what the hell? But they come with the bike rental people. So the bike rental people, they've definitely gone to them and then come back, like, found our address and all of that. Me and my brethren, we kind of look alike. People always say that we look like brothers, innit? But we kind of look alike. And not just the fact that we look alike. I dropped on my bike a few days before. My other brethren was on the back of my bike, drunk, made us fall off. Anyway, I was drunk as well, but it is what it is. My knee was fucked. So because I didn't want the plaster on my knee to be shown, because that's a waistband thing. Not even though it was a waistband thing, but fam, ruining my Flenjor, man. Ruining my swagger. So I've covered it up with a bandana, with one of my bandanas, you know what I mean? I've got 2 white bandanas, so I've used one of them to cover it every day. So if you go on my Instagram, if you see my pictures in Croatia, you see I've got a bandana around my knee. It's not for fashion, it's because I was just covering up the plaster in it. And then because I got a plaster on my knee, and he's got a plaster on his arm or something like that, where he's fallen off, I don't think they know, and we look alike, they didn't know who to pick. To a point where they've got both of our IDs, yeah, and one of them looked at his colleague and he said something in Croatian. I don't know what the language is, in Croatian, and he said, he's looked at him and said, all I'm grabbing is that, yeah, what you can tell, he's got like this. Switched our IDs, yeah, jumped it up and told him to look at it. Who's who? He looked at us, he looked at the ID, looked at us, looked at the ID. He said, you see when he said that? I said, oh yeah, we're gone. They've arrested both of us because they didn't know who was who. So we've got to the station now, yeah. They're questioning us. I'm not saying shit. I told my brother, I said, yo, I told him in Yoruba though. I said, listen, I'm on whatever you're on in it. I said, if you're not saying shit, I'm not saying shit in it. Like, I'm on whatever you're on. Anyway, when I'm speaking to him in Yoruba, I said, look, listen, let's just say nothing. They can't prove who it is, blah, blah, blah. I'm saying some stuff to him in Yoruba. The policeman said, hey, no talking though. He said English only or something like that. I was like, what? What do you mean English only? I carried on speaking in Yoruba to my brethren, like, yo, this and blah, blah, blah. The guy said, hey. And he's got like this. Started tapping his gun. You see when he did that? I said, see, sometimes when I think about my head, it's like, what was I thinking? I said, hey, brother, what are you doing that for? Why are you tapping your gun for? What are you doing that for? Are you scared, man? Are you intimidate, man? the guy didn't even do anything after that. And then, what's happened is that I think they brought us up and they taken us to another room. And my brother he just confessed it. He's looking, look, they're not letting us go in it. He's like, yo, it's me in it. Like, something, it's me. I'm like, okay, so it was you, blah, blah, blah. And then 2 days later, yeah, I didn't even remember this until we spoke about it like a week ago. We spoke about this, yeah. 2-2s. I've said to them, wait, I didn't crash nothing. Why have you not got me here for? Why am I on arrest? Hey, brother, you don't got nothing on me. Let me go, man. What the fuck? Anyway, they realised that actually I have the business there. There's nothing they can do to me. I've done nothing. What they've done, because they said, oh, we need to pay a fine or whatever. Looking at it now, because there was no paperwork. It was just a bribe. It wasn't a fine. It was a bribe. They said we have to pay 2,000 kunas or something like that. I think 2,500 kunas. Or was it 2,000 or 2,500 kunas? Anyway, the exchange rate was £1 to 8 kunas. Obviously, we didn't have that cash on us, so we have to go back to the AP to go get the money. So the policeman has literally driven me. You see, I keep saying I'm going to put up clips here. I want to put up a clip of, because I recorded it, of me in the police man's car in the front seat, them taking me back to the apartment to go get money. They've taken me back to go and get the money and driven me back to the station. So I've gone back, taken the money, come back to the station. Here's the money, blah, 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 2,500 kunas, blah, blah, blah. Hold that. Dave said, all right, cool, that's fine. Case closed. Case dismissed. We had to now wait for our friends to come and pick us up and drive us back. I even have footage of that because we stopped off at food because I was hungry. Stopped off for some food and I've got a snap of me just holding my food, my chips in the back of this pen. And we headed back to the wherever. And yeah, that was that. You know, we got back to London. Even come back to London was all myth as well. But we thank God, Shy. Listen, that was a lively holiday. When I say it was lively. We thank God, man. But anyway, guys, I think I've spoken to you enough. I've told you enough stories. Though we'll be back again next week. Hopefully, it will be me and Kronic this time. If not, I'll be back with Story Times with Z. Do you know what I mean? On a Flenjor tip. Feel me? Anyway, the Flenjor pod, Flenjor gang to the world and back. Like, comment, share, follow, subscribe to the YouTube, to the Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. What else is there? The Spotify, hit follow. Like, just follow us on the Spotify, please. It's important. And rate us. If you rate us. Just give us a 5-star rating. I'm not gonna say rate us whatever you think. Give us a 5-star rating. Just give us a 5-star rating. Just click. Boo. It doesn't take time. It takes like a second. Literally 2 seconds. Maybe even less. But like, comment, share, subscribe. Once again, it's been a pleasure being in front of you. Share my stories with you, my experiences and stuff. See you again next week. Flenjor pod out. Oh wait, hold on. Actually, on all socials we are the Flenjor pod. So that's TheFlenjorPod. So the Flenjor pod across all social platforms. Snapchat. I know I said I was gonna make a Snapchat, but I don't feel I might make it, but it will not be active. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's too much social media for me to control and handle. So yeah, check us the Flenjor pod on all social media platforms. Shout out to you guys. You guys are all part of Flenjor gang. So we'll see you again next week. Peace. If you want, you can take a tour. Baby, you're wavy. Now you wanna drive the boat.